Welcome to the Young Hang Hot Rod Shop.
Welcome back to another video, friends. In this video, we're going to take a look at the compressors from GX. Why GX, you might ask? Well, simple answer is I offer parts and I offer repair content for this compressor that I think makes sense and makes it serviceable for the average air gunner a lot longer than other choices might be. And in this video, I'm going to look at the three that I think are worthy investments from the GX line. But first, let's take a moment and thank the guys that actually keep this content coming by joining the YouTube channel and actually funding us. Welcome back to the Hot Rod Shop, friends. Today we're going to take a look at the lineup from the GX compressor company. We're going to try to explain better which compressor is best for you. A lot of you just getting into PCP shooting and you want to understand what's the best way for me to get air into my gun. And I thought I would walk you through the three offerings that I recommend from GX to help you understand which is the right compressor for your application. So starting out with the smallest of the lot, this is the CS2. I don't really cover the CS1 on here, where there is a GX1 in the lineup, but I honestly have no experience with it. A lot of people ask me if I carry parts for it. I do not. I focus on the ones that I know, which are the 2, the 3, and the 4. And the 4 we're just now starting to get parts for, so we'll be rolling those out shortly. But the GX2 is the one that started it all for me and kind of led me down this odyssey of the GX compressor line and occupied a whole lot of my time. But anyway, this little GX has been a workhorse. It's a great small portable compressor, runs on 12 volts or the included AC supply. It's a great little solution. It comes in a battery powered version. I also did a video on my YouTube channel that shows how to make a hybrid version out of this by adding your own battery pack, which I think is superior to the L2 variant. But anyway, all things aside, this is a solid little compressor. It's exceptionally well built. I believe the pump in this GX CS2 is more robust than the pump in the Young Hang. And it's operating a lot more slowly and a lot more controlled and does not generate the heat that the Young Hang does. So I did a video that was probably the biggest video on this channel called the Young Hang Killer, and this was the compressor that I blamed that murder on. But I still stick by that. I still think this is a great solution for filling individual guns. The drawback is it's not automatic. You can't set it and forget it. I actually don't recommend forgetting any of these once you set them, that you keep an eye on them and you watch them. These are not at a price point that I'm willing to trust just letting them run on their own. But in any event, the GX CS2, you got to keep an eye on it, but hey, it only takes a few minutes to fill up a gun and you're done. You put it away and use it the next time. The next step up from the CS2 is the CS3. This little guy, initially, I was not a big fan of them because they did have a weakness in the electronic boards. And then the big brother came along, the CS4, and guess what, guys? They share the same electronics. So the electronics that were redesigned to make the CS4 robust are the same electronics in the CS3. The benefit to you, the shooter, is that this only draws 250 watts. This draws 350 watts. So the electronics in here actually have 100 watts of headroom when they're installed in here. So that's great for you because now the CS3 is super reliable. This one here, the one you're looking at in this video, has well over 100 hours of operation on it. It has been rock solid and super robust. So if you want to be able to set it and have it shut off at a given pressure the CS3 is your solution. Slightly more money than the CS2, but it does give you the ability of the automatic off. I will say it also does a better job of removing the moisture, and you don't have to be as careful about that moisture getting trapped down here in the bottom of the compressor like you do on the CS2. So the CS3, two things you get: auto start, or auto stop rather, and the ability to get rid of the moisture better and also collect the moisture better. So there is an improvement in functionality with the CS3. Now, enter the CS4. This guy really steals the show. It also steals your wallet in the process. It is more expensive than these two, but it's doing a lot more. This compressor has, I've measured myself, over 20% enhanced output versus these two. These two are the same pump mechanism and motor. This one is an upgraded pump and motor, and it does put out over 20% more volume of air than these guys. It also goes to a much higher pressure. It's rated for 5,800 PSI. These are both rated at 4,500. Honestly, none of our equipment goes that high, so you know, it's just headroom for us, but it's nice to know that this is designed with a little more headroom in it, so we're not really stressing it at 4,500 or filling guns. Where does this compressor shine? This compressor shines when you want to fill a large SCBA bottle all the way up to 9-10 liters. I think you're fine with this guy. I filled a 6.75 liter in just over 3 hours, and it filled it great. It had no issues. That was from zero, so that wasn't even a top off. That was from 0 PSI all the way to 4,500, and it did it in 3 hours. So you're not going to run out of time on this guy. It does have a 5-hour run limit, but I don't think you're going to see that filling any of the things that we do unless you have a leak, which you should be fixing your leaks. But the CS4 is quieter than these guys. It doesn't have the screaming cooling fans that these guys need to stay cool. So in that regard, it is slightly quieter. I haven't taken measurements on it yet, but I will. But I will say this has been a joy to have in the shop. It's quiet, it's fast, it's water cooled, so temperature is much less of a concern. It is more expensive. So here's your low priced option, here's your mid-price option, and here's your higher priced option. But this one gives you a lot more functionality than these two do, in the sense that, hey, if you're still stuck on the carbon fiber bottle, this guy will fill your bottle and fill your guns directly. It still operates on 12 volts, friends. That is super huge for portability. It can work in so many different locations. Size-wise, you can see it's considerably larger than the little CS2. The CS2 is what stays in my truck, because I know if I've got this and an air gun, I can shoot all day. But this guy stays in the shop and fills bottles, but it can go on the road if I wanted to. It's got that 12 volt capability, and that makes it exceptionally versatile. Show me another compressor in this price range or this arena with the flexibility and the usability and the portability of these three, and the durability. I don't think you'll find it. So I highly recommend either one of any of these as a solution. It all depends on how much automagic you want to incorporate in your PCP fills. So get yourself a good quality PCP gun, and that can mean an Umer X Notos. It could mean a Vengex. It can mean any of those guns. It doesn't have to be an expensive FX or a Day State or anything like that. These will unlock the potential of those guns for you and get you out there flying more pellets. Because after all, at the end of the day, that's what the Hot Rod Shop is all about, is increasing your time behind the trigger of your favorite air gun. So be a light in the darkness, friends. Don't forget, get out and fly some pellets today and have a great time.